Angel did not almost forget the name of the show again. That's never happened to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Now you got me laughing.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Voices from the Mausoleum, and welcome. Finally, we're back doing another horror hangout live with my friends for a mother. We're a little late on Mother's Day, but we're sticking with the theme for mothers. So we're doing a Moms of Horror hangout live with faces that have actually both been here before, but because it has been a minute since you have been here, this is my friend Christiane Erwin. If you are not familiar, she came on a very long time ago and we did a movie review, and is a horror author, a horror fan, a fan of supporting the community, and just an all-around really nice human being. So I'm glad you're able to make it to live.
Thank you so much for having me again.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Gosh, you look so much more professional than me. You got like the mic set up and the plant behind you, and you're very like,
I want to take this down now.
you're not even put makeup on for this. Are you kidding? You're good.
I'll just splash some blood on the wall and then it won't look so crazy.
No, I love it. No, I'm glad you're able to, because we've messaged back and forth recently on Instagram, but it has been a very long time since we've done anything content-wise. So I was excited when you were able to join.
Super excited. Me too.
Yeah. And of course, Mika G from Cinematic is back.
Yay!
From her vacation from Voices from the Mausoleum. It hasn't been that long, I guess. It feels like it's been a really long time, but
It's been about, I think I was on in February.
Yeah. Damn, was it February? Oh, did you do the found? No, not found footage. What was February? Remakes?
Yes.
Or I don't know.
I don't know either, but something like that.
Something like that. And of course, as always, if you would like to find these two lovely ladies, there are links and where you can find them in our description for this episode. I highly recommend giving them a follow if you are not. So we're gonna stick with Mother's Day just recently passed. Happy belated Mother's Day to you both, by the way. And so what better topic for the month of May than moms of horror, because there are plenty of them to discuss. So that's our topic. So we'll go ahead and we'll jump in. We'll start with you, Christian. What's your first one?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Question for you first, though. Do we want to start with like the basics, like the obvious ones, or do you want me to just dive straight into the stuff that like nobody has seen?
I dug deep.
Oh no! So I'm going to be the basic one probably on this one.
I dug deep.
I have a mix because I was like, oh, I've got the ones that like probably everybody knows, and then I've got the ones where I'm like, maybe nobody knows these, but they're some of my favorites. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would say do the dig deep, right? Do some of the ones that people
Straight
are
off the
familiar
bat.
with. Yeah, give somebody.
But then I'm gonna reverse it. I'm gonna go all the way deep, and then we'll go backwards to the basic ones. Okay, so then first on my list is gonna be from Birth, Rebirth. Have y'all seen that one?
No.
Birth, Rebirth.
I can't believe Mika said no. If you've stumped Mika, you've shocked me.
How can you call yourselves horror fans? Like, what is happening right now?
Birth, Rebirth.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go look it up.
Rebirth. Okay, so I'm trying to remember what year it came out. I want to say it was like 2021, probably.
Oh, 2023.
Was it that? God, was it that late? Was it
With
2023?
Laura Moss directed about a morgue technician who reanimates.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I got goosebumps.
Y'all, it's so good. Okay, and I don't want to ruin anything for you. I can tell you very lightly, it's kind of a Frankenstein retelling.
Okay.
With two women and all modern day. There's nothing. I mean, like really, I didn't go into it knowing that it was based on like this idea of Frankenstein or whatever. But like we're talking reanimation here, right? But it is about two women, and there are so many themes of motherhood in this film. And both of the lead actresses are absolutely phenomenal. But the one that plays Celie, it's Judy Reyes, and I just love her as an actress. She's an incredible actress. She used to be on Scrubs. I think that's what everybody remembers her from, is from Scrubs. But she's an incredible actress, and she plays a mother in the film. And the reason I put, like, I made it on my list, you know, like I did like a 1 through 5, and my number 1 was like, oh, everybody knows this movie, everybody loves this mother or whatever. But then as I went further down the list, the bottom of my list, Birth, Rebirth was at the bottom, because I think these are kind of fundamentally unlikable mothers. And but they're complex and they're complicated women, and they are, I don't know, for me, I just think it's really fascinating when a mother is put in a really difficult situation and then you don't agree with everything she does, but you get it. You're like, yep, I get it. So she's definitely, I'll put her first at my top of my list. And it's a really incredible movie. I definitely recommend watching it because there's like, I think one of the things that struck me about the movie is everything the women go through is kind of universal to if you
I
are
love stuff like that.
If you're a woman with a uterus, you've been through these things, but they're portrayed grotesquely in the movie, which is a lot of fun.
Okay. I wrote it down.
I can't believe I haven't heard of it actually.
Oh, we're gonna have to you're gonna have to have an episode where we come back and we just talk about that
movie. We
movie.
just talk about just that movie.
I need to talk about this movie with you. With both of you. You both
I would definitely come back for that.
That's how I was reading the description for a second and I was like, damn, that does sound really good.
It's weird. It's one of those movies that didn't get like fantastic reviews, but that's kind of typical of movies that about women's issues. So
you're touche. No, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Norrin says I have to give a shout out to my favorite horror mom, Mama Voorhees, of course. Can't wait to see her again this October.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Also, hi, Norrin. How's your week going? Yeah, so Mika's going to go next, but I will tell you, I think the one I'm going to start with, I'm going to piggyback off of something you said there. So, all right, Mika, what you got? What you want to talk about first?
The mom from the Babadook.
Oh yeah.
God. Okay.
I need to know. I need to hear why though.
So the reason why I chose her is because she embodies like what guilt looks like and what grief looks like.
Agreed.
Because she's trying to raise her son to the best of her ability, but she's living with this trauma of, losing her husband and the exhaustion of dealing with this child. And I know there's a lot of people that don't like the kid in the Babadook, but as a mother, I related to her because I've been that mom driving in the car and my kid is in the back seat and I can't get to him or her. And you're frustrated and your mind just automatically just wants to scream, but you can't, and like, because the monster is also wrapped up in her story in basically to me, the Babadook is her grief and her her guilt, her resentment and everything, her exhaustion. It's the darker side of her that is she's about to snap.
She's at her ends. Yeah.
And it's a perfect example of like postpartum depression as well too. And but it being an extended version of postpartum depression because her son was like all of 5.
Yeah. Yeah, but it tackles that subject matter of just how long it can last for people, right? Because this was, if I'm not mistaken, this was a female director, which shows, I would say, but I think it was like her first feature or something like that. And I think thematically, like trying to break down the things that happen in it. I will tell you, I'm not a fan of that movie as a horror movie. I do love what it had to say as a statement piece because you're even talking about a mom who is struggling, I would say, with her own identity. Who is she outside of this trauma, outside of being a mom? And there's this scene where it was kind of like, it took me a little while to really understand it, but there's that scene where she's trying to have some her time. And there's this interruption because it's like, you can't have that, right? If you're a mom, you're not allowed to have that if you're a mom, and those things can't matter if you're a mom. And it just had a lot of little things throughout like that were just handled that subject matter really, really well because it was clear. The message was clear, I think, for me anyway. But it wasn't like, it still had its moments of being unsettling or uncomfortable. And I don't like the kid. He makes me very uncomfortable, but he's meant to. That's like, he's written that way on purpose, So yeah, that's a good shout. I'm not a huge fan of the movie, but I love what it had to say for sure. Yeah.
100% agree.
Yeah. Weekend was good. Back to work. Just finished dinner. Glad you caught. Yeah. Thanks for Norrin. You always make a point to say hello, and it means a lot to us. Thank you.
Oh,
We love
appreciate
you. Well, I love that we started out deep because I got some kind of like ramblings too, but mine it's deep for me, and it's not a movie that was very well received, which is fine because everybody's wrong but me. But the movie is called Mama. Okay. And so there are two dynamics here related to motherhood. Okay. One is Edith, who is the figure, the spooky mom character, right? And Edith was in an asylum. She became pregnant. Her baby was taken from her, and she's got a very, very sad, upsetting story to a point where you feel very bad for her, regardless of who she'd be killing or whatever she's doing. But there's also this very interesting dichotomy between her and Annabelle, which is the uncle's girlfriend. I don't think they're married. I think it's his girlfriend, his partner.
Yes.
And so Annabelle's like, nah. She's like, I got my little band, I got my choppy hair and my black eyeshadow. I'm not interested, right? And what's great to me about the differences, right, is one wanted motherhood so desperately, and it was taken from her, even if, the circumstances around it obviously were not very consensual or great, but she wanted that opportunity, and it was ripped away from her, and it cost her her life. And then you've got Annabelle, who has her whole life ahead of her, who's like not interested in this at all. But what's interesting about it is the relationships that these women form with these children, because Edith forms this very motherly thing. She helped the kids survive off cherries for like 2 years or something like that. And she's very connected to these children. They belong to her as far as she now has all the things she was robbed of. And we get to watch Annabelle go from I'm okay, no thank you, to I love these children. Like, I love them. And I think it's such an interesting statement about the different ways in which motherhood happens, and the way that some women, it's thrown upon them, and some women don't want it. And it just kind of goes back and forth between these different ideas of motherhood and what it can mean depending on the circumstance and how it changes. And I do think, controversial opinion, I actually think it has a very happy ending. You both seen this?
I've seen Mama.
No, I haven't seen it.
You haven't? Oh, let me shut up. Let me shut up. Okay.
I went to the movies to see this one.
Putting it on my list right now.
Oh, it's so good. And it's PG-13. It's Del Toro's work. So it's atmospheric, it's creepy, but it's very emotional. And there's moments in this where, my heart breaks, and I start out kind of hating Annabelle. I'm like, how you gonna be with somebody who's been doing this, trying to save these kids, and like, you don't want to be involved? That made me so mad. I hated her. But as I watch her transformation all the way to the end, she became like, I fell in love with her, like as a character that became a mom. And even though she may not have wanted it, in her case, she did end up really caring for these children, and they become like a little family, and it's great. But the ending, I think, is really what, and I won't say too much because you haven't seen it, but the ending for me, a lot of people hated the ending. This is one of the reasons it gets such bad reviews and stuff, but I think it was the only ending that made sense. And I think it really brings full circle the idea of made up families, mixed up families, families that come from different walks. And I just think ultimately, kind of like what you were saying, Christian, about birth, rebirth, is it really covers a lot of different situations related to motherhood. And I just think that's really cool to see in a horror movie. So that was one of the ones that was on my list. Annabelle and Edith.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
I love that movie.
Yeah. I love it
really,
too.
Yeah.
I really do.
If Mama ever come, if it shows up for streaming, go ahead and watch that.
I think I own it. I think I bought it, actually. I feel like I may have the DVD somewhere.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like I do. It's good.
It's old school.
Angel, I have to agree. Like, two different styles, two different mothers, two different I was like you. I started out hating Annabelle too, but then by the end, I was like, she's stepping up, and the reason why she's stepping up is because things have gone left.
And I would say, like, the way that choice is discussed in this, I do think is handled very well, because it's not well, you have to be a mother because you have to be a mother.
Right.
It's not delivered in that way. It's delivered in she's in love with this man. She gets to make the choice, and her choice is to try to stay and figure it out. And then on accident, she falls in love with these kids. But it's a great little PG-13 little creature feature. I really, or ghost feature. I guess it's really more ghost. But if it's Del Toro, it's like a creature feature naturally, I feel like. But he does ghost very well too. But it's just really, really good. So that one, that had to be on my list. I love that one. So Christian, you got to watch that. We got to talk about it.
Definitely. Yeah.
Now we got 2 movies to talk about.
Going on my list. Right. Yeah. I love it. This is the part I love. I always walk away with movie recommendations. It's fantastic.
All the time. That's the best part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cool. What you got next on your list?
Okay, I'll pull out another one that's like a little bit deeper, and I don't know if y'all have seen Relic. It's the one with Emily Mortimer.
Yes.
Okay, good.
I've seen Relic.
So,
Yes. Relic's
that's
good.
another one on my list. I mean, there are 2 mothers in it, right? There's Emily Mortimer plays the core main character or whatever, and then there's obviously also her mother. But that movie, wow, I think it was one of those just like, oh, let's watch this. It's it's on one of the streaming services. I can't even remember which one. And it looked like it might be good, and we'll give it a try. And then it got sucked in and was absolutely like moved. And I think kind of what you were saying, Angel, it's always amazing when a horror film can really move you and make you feel things that go beyond just like, oh, I was scared, or oh, I was grossed out, or whatever. It was really moving. I always took it, I don't know about y'all, I always took it as a movie that was sort of metaphorical about dementia or Alzheimer's disease or something like that.
I can see that.
I can see
I don't
that.
know that I necessarily, but thinking, I mean, I could see that.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was taking away. I got this feeling like, because when the movie starts, the mother is leaving Post-it notes for herself all over the house.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like reminders of stuff to do. And I was like, oh, okay, she has dementia. And they
exactly.
take her to the doctor because they think maybe she's got like dementia or something.
Yeah.
And the doctor's like, no, she's fine. But clearly there's something's wrong and going wrong with her or whatever. So it felt like there was a lot of allusions, if not to dementia, that just generally like having an aging parent and sort of the fear of like what that person is going through as their body is literally falling apart, and she's living in this house and she doesn't want to move out. And, that's always sort of the stereotype of the parent doesn't want to move out of their house as they're aging, that kind of thing. So I thought it was really well done. I thought like visually it's beautiful, but from a motherhood perspective, the woman, that Emily Mortimer plays being caught in between needing to take care of her daughter, but also needing to take care of her mother. Yeah, she's that sandwich generation and she's stuck. And she's also a little bit sort of in denial about what's happening and how bad it is and what she needs to do about it. And the fact that she really needs to sort of forcibly put her mother in some kind of assisted care. So it's heavy.
Yeah, that's rough. It is heavy.
Yeah, it's really heavy. But I felt like all the visual metaphors did such a great job at showing what that feels like to go through that process. And as a woman, to be a caretaker, not just for children, but also for your parents. So I thought that was really, really well done.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good shout. I think I also watched that one on a whim.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was like one of my first watches in October or something that like I did, but it was one of those things. Where it was a random watch, and then it's kind of one of those things that I think it lingers like after you've seen it. You can't just like move on from it.
No, it stayed with me. Yeah. And it's so claustrophobic, right? The house is literally like falling in and folding in and sort of trapping the women, especially the daughter. And there's something, I'm very claustrophobic.
I am a little enough. I am enough to be like, yeah.
So anything in a cave, anything in a small space, I'm like,
oh no, no.
I'm good on that. No, that's a good shout. The Relic.
Yeah. What about you? Or Mika, what's your next one?
So I chose Chris McNeil from The Exorcist.
I almost put that one, and I was like, "There's no way no one else puts this one."
Right.
All right. Yeah, let's talk about Chris.
Yeah.
I feel like so many people overlook her. Like this this is the mother whose child is she thinks is acting out. Yeah, she thinks her child is acting out, but then once things hit the fan,
it gets real.
Now it gets real.
Yeah.
I recently rewatched The Exorcist with my dad, and I said, there is no way that I could have ever been Chris McNeil, because my baby would have slapped me. I would have slapped the devil out of her. I could have never been Chris McNeil.
Yeah. No.
But this is also a mother who is who wants to protect her child. She's trying to save her child. She is doing any and everything to save her child's life. And you know, it ends up being an exorcism. You know, she takes her to the hospital. She, you know, she tries psychologist. She's trying everything. And that's what it just proves, like, what a mother would do to save their kid.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna let y'all know that right now, if my child ever backhanded
hard
me,
agree. Yes.
I'm coming back with the people's elbow.
Right.
For real. Yeah.
I'm gonna hold her down and I'm gonna yell like Patty and Ghostbusters and be like, the power of Christ compels you.
That's great.
Yes.
That's fair.
You would have slapped your child and then the devil would have just like
exactly. He would have
said, I gotta go.
The devil would have been like, never mind. Not this baby.
Because it would have been like, I'd have been slapped into the wall and been like, I know you done lost your damn mind.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's what makes her such an interesting character, right? Because she's famous for one thing. So she's got like all these eyes on her, watching her, and she's got this guilt of the famous single mother who is like, am I doing a good enough job? Am I mommy dearest? Like, who am I?
Right. Yeah.
What am I doing this kid? And so like she's like, I feel for her. She's balancing being this famous woman and trying to be like a mom, you know, and it's really hard. And so it makes perfect sense that she's a little bit like, well, she's just acting out, because like the alternative is potentially going to wreck her career, her whole life,
right? Which
is their livelihood, because she's providing everything for them. Yeah. So it's a fascinating character. As a parent and as a horror movie character. Yeah, that's a good choice. I like that one a lot.
And I think, isn't that part of like some of the controversy around the film, besides all the scary stuff, was the fact that like it portrayed the single mother in such a positive way. Like it was a very like, she was successful, she was well put together, they had money, Reagan was taken care of, there was all these things. And the clips of it, all of the before that we get, they have an incredible relationship. Like it doesn't seem like there's, so there's never, it's not like, where they a lot of teens in horror movies are just assholes for no reason.
Right. Yeah.
Like there's no possible way anybody could be a teenager and also be a good person. Like they just automatically make them horrible. But this was a situation where you see them interact in such a loving, kind way that the flow of the story and all of her efforts to try to see what's going on, to try to fix it, as we try to do as moms all the time, is so natural feeling. It just is like, well, yeah, what do? You go to science. Okay, well, when that doesn't work, what do? You try more science, right? And then when that doesn't work, then what else is there except not science? And then it just goes from there. But yeah, it's an interesting play on the idea of a mom in a situation like that. It's a good shout.
Yeah. Really good pick. Yeah.
Thank you.
I added this one just now because Christian said something about the relic that made me think of this movie, and I can't believe, honestly, I didn't go to it immediately. Have y'all seen The Beldam?
No.
The Beldam.
From 2025. It's the red cover with like the crow coming down. It has the mom from Everybody Loves Raymond in it. No.
It might have came across like, and I was like, I need to go back and watch it.
I'm gonna have to dance around this one hard. Okay, how can I say what I want to say without giving too much away?
I know, that's how I felt about Birth Rebirth. I was like, I don't want to spoil it.
Ooh, okay, I think I
Does
can.
the mom in this one go psycho?
Well, I mean, not quite. So the story is about this woman named Harper, who is a new mother. She has an infant child, and it is believed by her mom, who is played by I forgot her real name, but the woman who plays the wife in Everybody Loves Raymond. Her character name is Sadie. I'm spacing on her real name, but thank you. Yes, so that's the mom. So Harper had an incident where she was walking on the side of the road with her baby. She almost got hit by a car. or she did get hit by a car, almost got hit by a car anyway. And so they now are super worried that she's in this spiral of postpartum where she's not safe for the baby. So Sadie's character brings her daughter in to live with her, and then she's got like a caregiver there named Bet, and it's really, without saying too much, because I can't dive into this one too much at all because it will completely give too much away, but this one is all about taking care of family members when you feel like maybe you shouldn't have to anymore. And it's all about the dynamics of generational love between mothers and women in these families. And it was ultimately multiple stages of motherhood. And it just was told in such a beautiful little, like, I don't know, like book of a story. Like it's beautifully done. And it ended up like I went into it blind, and it is a slow burn. It's very slow, but the payoff for this had me in shambles. Like I was literally in tears by the end of this film. And it was so moving and so beautiful and so upsetting in the best ways. But it's got some like folk horror to it, and there's a creature, and there's all these things, and there's a lot going on. But at its core, it's a story about motherhood and the love of women in their families and how that looks at different stages of life. And it's beautiful. Beautiful. I did have the luxury of interviewing the writer, director, and the character, or the woman that plays Bet. And I spent almost the entire interview gushing about this movie. I could not shut up. I apologized like 100 times. I was like, I'm really sorry, but I just genuinely love this because I went in with no expectations. Everybody was talking about it. I didn't even see a trailer. I just went in completely blind, and I walked away. It was one of my favorite movies of 2025. So y'all got to watch that one too. That's a good one.
Definitely.
I wrote it down.
Really, really good.
Yeah, I wrote it down too, for sure.
Yeah. So, so that was my next one. So I think I have, my bad. I hate to say it. Hey, what's up? The mom from the original The Conjuring and Mika CPS would like a word. Did you clear your throat?
CPS gonna have to come get me. They have to come get me.
They better hope they don't run into the devil on the way there.
They gonna come. They gonna come get me and bring her right back. They gonna. You was right.
Dang, that's too funny. So Christian, what you got next on your list?
Ooh, okay. So my next is it's a toss-up between two.
Okay.
I love myself a complicated mother. So on the one hand, have you seen The Hole in the Ground? It's like Irish folk horror.
Wait,
I love
folk horror.
She went deeper than we
I went deeper. I'm sorry, I didn't realize this was even deeper. So it's called The Hole in the Ground. It's an Irish
hole in the ground.
It's a changeling story. So
I love those.
Right, seriously, it's like got all my things in it that I love. But so I won't tell you too much about it because again, you haven't seen it. But like enough to say that it's about a mother and a son. And it's based on Irish folk horror or Irish folk tales about, changeling children.
Yeah.
It's a complicated mother. And I love a complicated mother. I love a person where you're like, oh, I get why she's doing this, but also I'm not sure how I feel about her and her choices. But it has one of the like creepiest scenes I've ever seen in a film. It's not like super scary film, but there is a scene in it that I will just say makes the whole movie really worth it. So definitely watch it. Let me know what you think. And that was a toss-up with Adelaide from Us.
Oh,
again, a complicated mother, right? Like I love her as a character, but then given what we all find out in the end, it's a little bit like, I mean, it's her kid, it's her kids, but like she's stolen this life, but also of course she stole this life. Who wouldn't steal this life, right? Like obviously.
She had a good one,
I mean, I just love her. I mean, I love the actress. She's one of my favorite actresses of all time. I love
her. Yeah, she's the best.
I'm like one of the people who actually liked Us better than Get Out, which is a controversial opinion.
Oh, okay.
But I love that movie. I love that movie. And I just love her as a character as well. And her kind of complicated journey through that as you find out who she is and what she did to get there.
And the truth of it all. Yeah.
And the truth of it all.
The ending of it.
And the ending of it.
I was just like, he knows.
Good. So good. Yeah. I love that movie. That's a good movie.
It's really good. It had me on the edge of my seat the whole time. And I love I love Jordan Peele's movies. I mean, Get Out not as much, but Us and Nope. Nope is one I love. Nope the most.
Nope.
And
yeah,
I just like how his movies are constantly shape shifting into. He's like playing with genres, and he's playing with the pace, and he's playing with the tone, and you never really know where his movies are going, which is just fantastic to me. I know it bugs some people, like he gets a lot of that. I love it. So I like Us a lot for that reason, because it's just like you think you know what the movie's about, and then you're like, wait, what's happening right now? You know?
yeah.
So yeah, it's really good.
You know, love Lupita her. Got cast in The Odyssey.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Girl, people mad. I'm excited for her.
I mean, all in their feels about her.
First of all, I think she is absolutely gorgeous. So the idea of seeing her in a period piece with like, I can't even like, I can't take it. Like, I'm so excited.
She's gonna be stunning.
So talented. Like so talented.
Yes.
I think the more recent thing the last thing I watched her in was Quiet Place Day 1 or whatever it was. And
yes, I love her in that.
God, she's just, I love her in everything I've ever seen her in. But she's so
they could put her in every movie.
I know, and I would watch her over and over, and I love her. So yeah, I'm excited to see her in that world, because it's gonna be cool. But well, cool, Mika. What you got next?
All right, so everybody always mentions Mama Voorhees.
Of course.
Always, right?
Yep.
But y'all be forgetting about the actual mother that gave birth to Evil. Amanda Kruger. From A Nightmare on Elm Street. She literally gave birth to Evil.
For real.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why I chose her is because her story is so tragic in how she's impregnated, right?
Yes.
Now, did she know that she was going to give birth to what she gave birth to? No. She had no idea. Yeah. But I will say this. I like the Amanda Kruger from the original Nightmare on Elm Street versus the one from that abomination Dream Child.
I hate that one. Yeah, I hate that one.
Because the Amanda Kruger in the original one, she was like trying to help. Like, you know, she was trying to help, you know, actually, I'm sorry, not from the Nightmare on Elm Street 3. She was trying to help out. Like, listen, I gave birth to this demon.
For real.
That's like, what you need to do to stop him.
Let's help.
But her name doesn't come up enough when when people talk about horror mothers.
I think that's fair. Yeah, it does.
We get our Norma Bates, we get our Mama Voorhees, but nobody brings up Mama Kruger.
Yeah.
And how she's been on this ongoing battle since death to stop Freddy.
Yeah.
Okay, that was it.
Yeah.
Agree.
That's a good shout. No, you're right, because it's like, it is such a big part of the story, and it does not get talked about very much at all.
Yeah.
So that's a good
I mean, a lot of people don't, if you don't know the lore, like how he came to be is because she was locked in an asylum over, you know, I think it was like over the weekend. And, you know, things happened. And that's why son of 1,000 maniacs.
Yeah. So, it's kind of a crazy story. Because I think I've said this before, but like I'm so new to that franchise. I didn't watch all of it until like 2-3 summers ago. Yeah. I had only seen like 2 of them because it's just not my thing. I'm not really into any of them. I'm not a big Halloween, Friday the 13th, or they're just not my franchises, because I was into very mainstream horror until I was much older. And then I got into, you know, I started backtracking and watching a lot of stuff. And yeah, I mean, it's really important to the story. I hate the child one though. I didn't like almost any of them. I think I like the first 3, and that's it. I don't think I like any.
Those are the only 3 that count.
I know everybody loves
those are the only 3 that count.
But like New Nightmare to me, it just wasn't there for me. But no, that's a good shout. That's a good one. I guess if we're gonna go backwards a little bit, I'm gonna do for anybody who doesn't know, Poltergeist is my everything. I even have, where is it?
The mother from Poltergeist.
Yes. So Diane Freeling.
Diane Freeling.
Diane Freeling.
Take a moment of silence for Diane Freeling.
Listen, anybody that can risk their life to go into the afterlife to go get their baby, she deserves everything.
One of the
So
things
awesome.
that stick out to me the most about that family in the original, especially when we're talking about compared to the remake, is that family felt so real.
Yeah.
In a slightly chaotic, I'll admit, way, but ultimately everybody loved everybody. I mean, they did give the teenager a little bit of sass because that's just how they write them. But there is that moment, and I I saw this movie when I was very young. It's like my first memory of life. I was way too little to be watching it. But going back to Poltergeist as a mom is a very different experience, I feel like, than it was when I was a younger kid and then eventually a teenager and a young adult or whatever. So whenever like that scene where she says like this and she says she felt her go through her, that devastates me.
Yes.
Absolutely devastates me, because it's not, obviously it's this paranormal story, and if you've seen it then you obviously know they're fine. There's multiple movies at this point, after the fact, but it's like that moment of like, it reminds me of like what it would feel like to go home after your child has been kidnapped or something, and then having to like deal with essentially the person who kidnapped it. It's just it's grounded in like a really weird sense of reality. Like, I don't know, like I have we have teenagers, and then I have an well, he'll be 8 next week, an 8-year-old, and I hate going to the grocery store because of how unsafe I feel like it is for kids. Everywhere we go, I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, you're not close enough. You're not close enough. You're not close enough, and I'm like, it's just so like, and whenever you go back to it and you watch those moments, or like when they pull her out and they're in the bathtub and she's not like, that movie is like such an emotional experience on a rewatch as a mother. And I just think Diane is like one of the most relatable moms, like as far as the way she is with like, even with how she is with her husband and their silliness and how they are with one another and the way that they react to when things start, like the chair thing. And I don't know. I love Poltergeist, like one of my favorite movies of all time. It's very meaningful to me in my horror genre journey. Right. But ultimately, I think Diane is just such a great mom. Like, there's no like, she's not like, you're lying, you're lying, you're lying, until some crazy shit happens. She's like, no, I believe you, but it's kind of fun and it can't be that bad, which I think is probably a normal response. And then you're like, oh no, there's like a dimensional thing here. Okay, got it. But ultimately, like, she's just so committed to her family and she just puts up with a lot. And I love her. She's one of my favorite moms in horror.
Hard agree. Yeah, she's the best.
They're not the typical movie suburban family.
No.
Where everything is awesome. And then, no, they're like, it's like real. They look real, teenager is going teenage, right? You have a daughter that she's talked to the TV, and now we got issues. You have a son who, he's doing what little boys do, dad is a blue collared man, I love that family.
I love the Freelings. They're awesome.
Yeah. I love the mom even more because, like I said, she's almost in the same vein as Chris from The Exorcist, except she is more real. Like, Chris was famous, right?
Bigger, right? Yeah.
Diane was like, I'm a mom. Like, I'm a mom. Whatever my child just told me that something weird just happened, I believe my kid.
Yeah.
So I like that choice. Yeah.
That had to be on my list. I'm a big committed to that movie. I love it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Love some Diane.
All right. Well, that was number 1 on my list because I was like, I knew their chances are really, really good that I'm not going to be the only one. So I was like, I'll mention that last or whatever. But yeah, Diane Freeling is up there. The scene where she and her husband, like, she's laying in bed smoking pot. And like, he's like doing push-ups on the bed.
It's like so random and real.
Right.
Yeah. And like, I'm watching, I remember that was the same thing. I saw it as a kid when it first came out and I was, pretty young. And that scene, I did not compute, right? I didn't know what was happening.
Oh yeah. No.
But then as an adult, as a parent watching that scene and being like, oh, that's correct. That is how we are.
That sounds about right. That looks about right. That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. And then the kid like walks in and is afraid of the afraid of the storm or whatever. She's like, oh, you're putting the doobie away so the child does not
right.
And I was like, what a 70s parent for you.
Oh my God.
Right.
Yeah.
So I love that. Love that movie. And I think it's just such a it was one of the few movies where the horde is not a stand-in for the family dysfunction. Because it's such a common trope is like, oh, the family is dysfunctional and therefore here is the horror that represents their family dysfunction. But they're actually this great family. They're actually really loving and healthy. And it's like one of the few movies that exists that had, back then anyway, that had like a healthy family dynamic.
Yeah.
So I remember as a kid being like, man, I wish I could live in this movie.
Yeah.
Even though there's no horror movie
stuff going on.
You're going to be okay.
Parents are going to protect me.
Yeah.
Because they're all together.
That my parents would come after me on the other side. But these parents, they go after the kid. I want to be in that family. They're awesome.
Right.
Yeah. It doesn't have any of those like tropes. It's like, like I love like the Insidious movies. I'm a huge fan of those. But God, Josh, like the husband is such an asshole. And I can't stand this trope where the men are just like, you're just crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
right.
Okay, well then you're an idiot because that means that you knowingly married someone that you think is crazy. And I get so tired of those tropes. So, and kids, it's the same way. Kids get dismissed all the time in horror, specifically. And it's so amazing when you get the stories. Like if kids, first of all, kids say really creepy shit like all the time.
Oh yeah.
All the time. I'll give you a quick story. So I was getting my youngest ready for bed and he was standing in front of his TV but he wasn't moving. And I was like, what are you doing? And he was like, y'all, he looked over the TV and he goes, my reflection looks weird. I was like, if you don't get in bed right now, I swear to God. I was like, it is past it. I can't do this right now. You're freaking me out. What do you mean?
You and your reflection go to bed right now.
Go to bed. Like stressing me out. But like the kids are believed and they're nurtured and it doesn't and there is those reality of like those moments of like the parents are like, oh shit, not this again, right? But they never come down on their children because of it. And that's important. Like, I'm like, that's what families are supposed to look like. Y'all always make the kids crazy and the women crazy and the men are just hanging out until until it's too late, you know? And so,
that is a united front family all the way from start to finish. Like there's a scene, I think when Diane and, Stephen, right? They go to the next door neighbors to try to see, like, are you having weird shit going on at your house?
Right.
And like the lights are flickering and stuff. And they're like, not one of them, they're not bickering. They're over there together as a united front to present. And I'm like, neither one of them are blaming the other. They're not like, oh, it's your fault. In fact, I think there's even a scene where like Diane says something where she kind of tries to blame herself. And her family and like her family history. And Stephen's like, nope, shut that down. Like, this is not about that. And I just think that's really, it was very revolutionary for that time period for that family to be so healthy. But it is the key, right, to them kind of persevering in the end.
That's the only
coming
reason.
Together.
It's the only reason that it works is because they are so unified.
Because they're strong. Yeah, exactly.
So
that was my number one. My other one at the top of the list that I figured it was probably pretty certain someone else might say was Ripley from Aliens. I just like, I loved it. Like, I remember the first time I watched it, and I know it's become kind of this overplayed thing in a lot of films, not just horror movies, but like the mother who does not have access to her child because that child has died or something has happened. And in this case, Ripley's just been gone from Earth forever or whatever. And so, but she gets Newt sort of as this stand-in daughter, and she gets this opportunity to protect her. And even though I know that nowadays that's been done a million times, back when that film came out, it wasn't super common to have done that. And then I know a lot of people say it, and it's true too. Like, let's be real, the alien mother is also
Of course.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
She did whatever she had to do to protect her babies.
She was not playing.
What they gotta do.
She wasn't playing with y'all.
Her crown and it's a vibe. It's a vibe.
Yeah. So I mean, I know that's probably really common, but I can't help it. I will always love the Alien franchise. Love Sigourney Weaver, obviously.
Yeah.
And as that character, Ripley's just she's a good example of just a no nonsense mother who's going to do whatever it takes.
Whatever she can.
Yeah. So good.
That's true.
Yeah. And I love that they with Aliens in particular and her relationship with Newt, you get to see this hard-edged side of her, but you also get to see the soft side of her, and it does diminish the hard-edged, tough side of her. She gets to be both. Yeah. And I think that's the other thing is so important. We don't get to see a lot of that always in films. And so to see someone who can be both and the softness does not diminish the strength is just such a great thing to see. And that's something I like about Adelaide and Us too. I think those are both characters with just
there's
so
both
much
of those
strength.
Sides. Yeah.
Make a better badass.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, and I would say too, I mean, I'm not fighting any xenomorphs, but I would say that's pretty much that's what motherhood is, though. It's being able to balance both. I think a lot of people, it's like like you said, they put that nurturing nature as this like weakness, like you can't be anything other than this like little, oh, well, let me take care of my babies. And they don't understand like what comes with that. Like have y'all seen that video of the lion who hits his cub and the mother lion?
She
happened.
She was like, what you're not gonna do is
she got this close to his face and she just stared at him and then she went and knocked him out. And I said, yeah, king of the jungle, my ass.
Yeah.
she was like, I know you ain't just touched my baby.
I know you got the wrong one today.
You got the wrong one.
She said, absolutely not. And he froze when she came over. He was like, oh shit.
Oh no, I did it now. Yeah, he really
I love it.
Up.
It's like, because that's what motherhood is. It's not just this like butterfly soft, can't do anything but be a mom kind of thing. It's there's a fierceness that comes with it. And that's grounded in reality, whether you're fighting xenomorphs or in the xenomorphs case fighting Ripley, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's like it's a very like animalistic thing, because I don't know how I mean, like I feel like every mom I know I've seen get rowdy when it comes to their kids. Like they don't play. And it's not a joke, it's like they're like, no, I'm not playing about when it comes to you got me messed up. So
yeah, exactly. And it just kicks in. And I think that's that thing too, like the nurturing and the softness and the love and everything, tapping into that is what gives us strength.
100%.
Right? Like it is the thing that drives the strength and the fierceness of our protection and the fierceness of our reactions to stuff like that. Comes from the fact that we have also fully tapped in and connected to that softness and that just absolute nurturing side. And it doesn't come from like anger or violence, right? A lot of times strength is portrayed as violence or strength is portrayed as anger, but no, it's the opposite. It's all the softness is what makes us like.
It will make me want to be violent. It doesn't come from a place of violence.
Right,
exactly.
Exactly.
That part.
Exactly.
Yes. No, for sure. Yeah, no, that's a good shout. I was gonna put that one on here, but I was kind of like, I feel like someone else may say it, so so I'll leave that one off. But what you got, Mika?
All right, so you know who's not any of these mothers that's protective at all? You know me, I'm gonna go left. So just come on with me.
All right, I'm with you.
Margaret White from Carrie.
I mean, she's nuts, but
she's so scary. We do love her for some reason. She's scary.
Okay. A lot of people. Okay, so I have read the book Carrie. So you get your backstory of Margaret White and how she ended up and why she is the way that she is. We get a little snippet of it when at the end, towards the end of the movie. And if y'all haven't seen Carrie, shame on you.
For real.
But towards the, we get that little snippet into her life. And why she is the way that she is with Carrie when she goes into that whole monologue. About dude coming home smelling like whiskey and all, right? But in the end, Margaret White, no matter how toxic she looks, she's trying to protect her child. but from a religious standpoint, she
Yeah.
is the religious mother, right? She feels like because the world has done Margaret White wrong, I don't want the world to do Carrie wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do whatever I need to do to protect my child.
Yeah.
Including locking her in a closet for no reason at all.
I know. Speaking of CPS.
Like, she's the one that needed CPS called on her.
For real.
Seriously.
And what she didn't realize is that she literally took Carrie's personality, her soul, anything, like everything that could have made Carrie. Carrie was beautiful. She could have been the most popular girl in school. But because Margaret White diminished her child so much to the point where she was like, you can't breathe without me.
Yeah.
You can't live your life without me.
Yeah.
But because Margaret comes from a place of hurt, she comes from a place where she was done wrong. So she doesn't want the world to do the same to Carrie.
Yeah.
No matter how toxic it looks to us. Right.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
the ending thing when she came out with the knife and she did the cross. Scary. Watching it as a child, I was like, I hope my mom never look at me like that.
I know, for real.
Seriously. I mean, like, honestly, I always considered Mommy Dearest to be a horror movie, even though technically but it's the Mommy Dearest character, basically. And it's kind of that same,
it is.
It's that same mother who is acting out of such a place of insane fear.
Yes.
That the fear is making the thing she's afraid of happen. And so she's so afraid something bad is going to happen to Carrie that it makes something bad happen to Carrie. Carrie has nothing to protect herself with when she's out in the world. And so it's like, I agree with you. I feel for her. She is a complex character who, like, kind of, I don't like her, but it's that I get her.
You can still get it. Yeah, you still get it.
Oh no, I don't like Margaret White at all as a person.
Right,
like if I was a teacher, I would have laid hands on her. Because everything's gonna end up in violence with me. But Margaret White is complicated. And it's and the reason and because she's so complicated, she unfortunately takes that out on Carrie.
Exactly.
And that's why and like you said, she doesn't want nothing bad to happen to Carrie.
Yeah.
And then something bad happens to Carrie.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can't shelter your kids forever, y'all. Don't be Margaret White.
You gotta teach them how to live in the world.
Don't be Margaret White.
Seriously. Yeah, like, I mean, and what's really horrible is that there are people like that. There are mothers out there like that in the world, which I think is partly what makes it so hard to watch her.
Because you're like, it's grounded in reality.
This is like real on some level. It's just terrifying. Whereas some of the other mothers in some of the horror movies are supernatural, right? Or they're ridiculous.
Feel like,
but like not her. She's just a real person in the real world that exists, which makes it even scarier. So
And I feel like going back and watching Carrie as a mother, like, I watched Carrie as a child, and I just thought Margaret White was insane. But going back and watching it as a mother, I was like, Margaret White needed therapy. She needed a straitjacket.
She needed to be taken away.
Carrie should have been in a home. Like, she should have been in foster care.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I'm gonna go even further left.
I like when she goes left.
It's we're getting away from like depth a little bit. I mean, not that this didn't have things going on, but I'm gonna move away into something a little more like, well, you'll see. So my next and I guess my final mom, because we'll get ready to wrap up here in a second, is the other mother from Coraline.
I love the other mother. Well, no,
I know, because I also love her, but also like.
The Belden.
But I think that Coraline is one of those kid horror movies, right? Because it's so creepy, and there's so many things in this. But ultimately, she just she just low key like wants a kid of her own, right? So she just keeps taking other people's and killing them. It's fine. Like, she just needs child love, and that's what she's trying to obtain by giving all of these falsehoods and these fake things that don't actually mean anything. But I think it is a little deep in the sense that it's like, Coraline has a really great mom, but her mom is preoccupied, which happens in motherhood because you're supposed to be a parent like you don't work and work like you're not a parent. And so that's the reality of being a parent, whether you're in a 2-parent household or not. And so, there's this mom who's like, they got this big thing, they got all this stuff they're trying to do, and they're trying to start this new, do all these things with their life. And they're like, Coraline, I just need you to just chill for just like a little bit, just chill. And Coraline's like, yeah, but the other lady, she has like my favorite cakes and my smoothies that I like. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
she made me food that I could actually eat.
Yes. Yeah. So that embodies that like materialistic fakeness of what children sometimes look for, because they have to, they're processing, they're learning how to be people and what means things and what doesn't. And even in that situation, even prior to the other mother turning into the monster side of herself, Coraline was never committed to completely abandoning her family, even still knowing, because she had an amazing family. She had a great dad too, but that's not the subject matter. So we're going to focus on the mom. But the other mother is such an interesting, line between like the life that you think kids want, right, versus the life they actually want. And it's not, I was guilty of this, especially after my divorce. I overdoted on my son because I felt like I had to compensate. Like he was somehow missing out. And he was like, you're overwhelming me. You're stressing me out. So I had to relearn how to just love him like I would love him regardless. And I think it's an interesting kind of play on how what we think kids want, and this like perfect little bubble of happiness and treats and whatever, versus things that they need and they do actually realize that they want those things too. And I think it's just a really cool kind of take on the kid's perspective of the parent versus us getting just the perspective ourselves of the parent. We're getting it told in this vision of kids and how they manage their navigate those relationships. So, and she's just cool. You know what I'm saying? I love watching cosplays of this woman. It's like my favorite thing when people do with the things they can do to make their face look like it's stretched out. Anyway, I just think she's cool. And I just think it's an interesting take on the idea of what kids look for in a parent versus what, we think they look for in a parent. And it's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
I love the other mother because she knew exactly what to do to get the kids to love her, to stay. I mean, Coraline was smart though. Coraline was like, "What you want to do? What you want to sew? What on what? Oh no! Send me home. Send me home. I'm happy with them.
My real mom's not interested in that, so I think I'm just gonna go. Yeah, right. Yeah,
but it's the like you said, looking at two different styles of parenting through the eyes of a child, right?
Yeah.
Where Coraline's original mother is like, hey, go sit down somewhere. Let us finish this book.
Leave us alone for a little bit.
Yeah.
Let us finish this book. You go sit down. Matter of fact, go count doors. I don't care what you do.
Just get out of this room.
Leave. And of course, because Coraline is trying to connect with her parents, her mother. Let's stick with the mother. She's trying to connect with her mother, and her mother is pushing her away in her eyes. In her eyes, her mother is pushing her away. And so here comes the other mother. I would never push you away. You know what? You want cotton candy? Girl, you got it. You want to go and do, you want to jump off the roof of the house? Go, by all means, go do it. So I love the other mother because she was calculated, but she knew exactly. She knew that she knew that every child was unhappy with the way they were being treated.
Yeah.
Because they weren't being treated badly, just their perception of their parent or their mother not giving them what they wanted.
Right.
Which would be attention or, hey, dad, why does dad always cook? Well, because I'm busy. So Coraline wanted her mom to be a mom.
Yeah.
And Coraline's mom didn't want to be a mom. She was like, hey, I got to finish this book.
She comes around though. I mean, towards the end,
at the end.
At the end, there's these tie-ins of like, that recognition of, where you do have to remember, like, I mean, you're allowed as a mom to have your time and to work on things and to do things for yourself. You're absolutely allowed to do that. But I think, the messaging in the beginning is like that was the priority. And then it became well, I need to shift gears. I need to be here more. I need to be, the things that she needs from me are important. And the time that we have like this is super limited. I mean, because Coraline's what, 10? I think she's supposed to be like 10 years old or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that, I mean, and in 2 years, she's barely going to like you. So you might as well.
Right. Welcome to preteen-hood.
Get it?
Yeah, for real. For real. So yeah, no.
Now it's going to be like, get out of my room. Go count doors, mom.
For real. The tables have turned, as it were. Yeah. Yeah. Well, cool. Did you guys have any honorable mentions or anything else you wanted to, we could do like a quick runaround or?
I have a really quick one, and it kind of dovetails, I think, almost, because I loved what you said about the idea of like Coraline being this story, or at least the other mother being the story of like the way children see the parents and the mother through, and you get to kind of see it through their eyes or whatever. And so that kind of fits with my honorable mention, which is Olivia. And I know this isn't a movie, it's technically a series, but The Haunting of Hill House.
Oh, yeah.
Series. And Olivia, who's played by, what's her name? I love that actress. And I can't think of her name right now.
Oh my God.
Mike gonna put it in the chat.
Carla Gugino. Did I get that right?
I think it's Carla Gugino. You're close. If that's not it, you're close.
But it's that same thing. I think the thing about Haunting of Hill House is it feels very much like one of those stories where you're kind of getting it through the eyes more of the kids than you are through the parents telling the story.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
So you're getting this like idealized version of this mother. And I've talked to a lot of people about that show, and there's a lot of back and forth about like, was she crazy? Did she have a mental illness, or was there an actual haunting or a possession, or like what was going on there or whatever? But like the point is that you get this vision of her through and both of the parents and their situation through the kids' eyes as when they were young, and also, as grown-ups. And so she's just this idealized version of a mother. And I always kind of looked at her as this almost sad figure, like, oh, I feel really sorry for her because she's in this very difficult situation with this house and this family and all of this, tragedy. So anyway, that was my honorable mention. I know we're trying to wrap things up, so I won't wax on about it, but I really like that character.
Yeah, no, I agree. Mike says other mother was scary AF.
I agree with that, y'all. I mean, like, I did not like other mother. When my children watched Coraline when they were little, when it came out and everything, and we were watching it, I had to leave the room because other mother disturbed me so much.
Yeah, she's a lot.
That's why my kid would stop the movie. Like that
was too much, right?
Yeah, it was too much for her at that time. Yeah. Like first time watching, like when we was watching Other Mother, she would stop it as soon as Coraline walked into the room where she was sitting there, and then she's starting to transform. She would stop the movie and turn on something else. So
it was that's I mean, like, I don't get scared by a lot of horror movies, but Other Mother was terrifying.
She is terrifying.
Very scary. Yeah. Also, this is our middle. Everybody say hi.
Hi.
He just turned 13.
Aw.
13 going on 35. As they say.
Don't I know it? Jesus.
Well, cool. What you got for honorable mentions?
I got 2 honorable mentions.
Okay.
Because I just love a chaotic mother. Mrs. Loomis from Scream 2.
I almost put this on my list.
That was like, I almost put her on the list too. Yes.
Listen.
Yes.
Any mom that could orchestrate a whole
girl. For real.
And vengeance of her child.
Yes.
Yes.
She
was like, you killed my son. That's it.
But this is what I love about Scream 2 is the whole time she's in almost every scene. She pops up and you have no idea that is her.
Yeah.
And then the reveal comes out. You're like,
the whole time. I know. I know.
Yeah.
Well, they say they insert themselves. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's
Talk about
true.
inserting
This
yourself.
is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like
That's a good one.
Mrs.
And you get
Loomis
it. You're like,
was,
yes. I mean, even though
I would have did it too.
Yeah, it's her kid. It's her son.
That's my
she's
child.
Voorhees,
She
you know,
said-
like,
Grieving
it's her
mom.
thing.
Mike said she did all that for him but couldn't stay.
Hey,
Motherhood
we're
is
not gonna talk about
complicated.
Miss Loomis's past now. She was being cheated on. She still loved her
Hard
baby.
time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So the second one was, although she's not a biological mother, she does end up becoming the mother figure for Angela in Sleepaway Camp.
Oh,
Aunt Martha.
Oh, yes. Sleepaway Camp. That was also, yes.
that's a good shout. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of mother figure. Yeah. Exactly.
She didn't want a boy.
That's the thing. I mean, talk about. I didn't mention that one. That was like I thought about putting her on the list, and I was like, I'm not sure how I feel about this one because it's another complicated mother.
Yeah.
She became a mother by legal means, right? Because the parents pass, and she ends up being the mother figure. Exactly. But she's a complicated character because she didn't want what she was given. Yep. And she made that child into what she wanted. And it ended up being weird and uncomfortable and
so weird.
Totally unforgettable.
Yeah. No, I totally do. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that movie. It's a wild movie to talk about because there's so much going on in that movie.
A lot to unpack.
It's a lot to unpack. Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
like multiple pieces of luggage.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Mike said, did we say Tiffany Valentine? We did not. That's my favorite horror mom. Oh, we love a mom who loves their non-binary kid. We down with it.
Yes. Love Tiffany Valentine.
Yeah, Tiffany's awesome. So I just have a couple too. I don't have many, but Grace from The Others.
Yes, that was not. Yes,
she was on my list.
On my list. Yes, absolutely.
I thought everybody was gonna say it.
Me too.
See, I did the same thing, and then but I think the short of why she's on the list is because there is something weirdly humanizing about her actions and things that go on in the film because of the husband being gone and not knowing, and she's just stuck in this house with these kids all day. And anyway, there's a lot there. That movie, I feel like in general does have a lot to say aside from the coolness of like the crazy twist at the end and everything. But I just think like Nicole Kidman just killed that role. Like she's so great as Grace, and it's such a mom that you think you understand so well, and it just shows you that there's layers to being a mother, whether a good one, a bad one, or whatever falls in between, right? And so she was on my list. And then the other ones were really quick. Wendy from The Shining, Lorraine Warren, and Peggy from The Conjuring 2.
Yes.
Those are my other ones.
Yeah.
So I feel for Peggy. Peggy's another single mom in horror doing her best. And she is somebody who, she just kind of dismissed the kids at first, but when she sees it herself, she's very quick to defend them against anybody from the outside that says otherwise. And I just feel for her because she's so powerless. She doesn't know what to do. And she is, I guess, kind of like Chris, right? Where she's like, I'm just trying to figure this out. I guess it's paranormal. So what do we do now? I don't know what to do with that information. So anyway, so those were just, those are my honorable mentions for once, just to throw out there. So.
Do we have any surprises of like, oh, nobody mentioned? Because I feel like I'm surprised. Like I really expected Hereditary to come up.
I thought Hereditary was going to come up too.
I mean, I was just like, that seems so obvious. But if I had to pick a Toni Collette character, I think I would pick her character. Sixth Sense.
The Sixth Sense, yeah.
I like that one, better. But I'm surprised.
I love her character, The Sixth Sense.
Moment, y'all, do you know how long it took me to realize that's who that was?
Look at my face.
Does it look like I would judge you? No, you wouldn't. I want to come. I want to be your kid.
I want to be my mom.
That scene where they're sitting in the car, and he's talking to her about the accident. Oh my god!
And Tears.
Devastated. That's such a great. I genuinely, until I was more like in the last several years, did not remember that that's who played the mom in The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's a good shout.
Is.
Yeah, I'm shocked that Hereditary didn't come up. We covered Voorhees in the chat. That would have really been the only other one I can think of off the top of my head that I'm surprised nobody
and Norma
said.
Bates. Norma Bates would have been.
Yeah, you
Norma Bates.
kind of mentioned her that. Yeah, as far as coming up normally. So that's really it, though. I mean, and we did a bunch of really kind of obscure ones, which I love, honestly.
Yeah, now I got like a watch list.
Right. Well, I'm surprised that nobody mentioned the mother from Barbarian.
That too. We didn't talk about the mother, and that is a complicated mother.
I hate that movie too.
So I hate that
I
movie
love
so
that.
much.
I love that.
I know they were like, "Hey, I liked Weapons by him, but I did not like Barbarian." Everybody's like, "Well, you know, he did such amazing movies. We'll give him Resident Evil." I'm like, he has one good movie. One. I hate Barbarian. Anyway.
We watched the first time I watched Barbarian was like outside with friends on a porch with a bunch of popcorn, and we were just throwing the popcorn. What are you doing? Don't open that door. I don't think I ate any popcorn that night. We just threw it at the screen. And so now that is the official in this house. It is the official. It's okay to just scream your guts out until you lose your voice in your horse movie. I love to yell at that movie.
I hate that movie so much. I can see that.
Yeah. All right. Otherwise, I think we kind of covered
one movie, and it's Barbarian, not what.
Hot take.
I'm gonna let y'all fight that out.
I know. Mike makes faces at me all the time when those movies come up. Because we were recently talking about the Resident Evil coming out, and I'll spare y'all listening to my tangents on that one. But we were talking about it, and I'm like, well, I really liked Weapons. And he was like, no.
No.
He was like, no. He does not like Weapons. His choice from that guy, Zach, whatever, is Barbarian, which is,
wow. I don't think I could choose. I love both of them. They're both I love, and they're so different. They are very different movies.
Yeah, they are very different.
Yeah, they're very different movies. But Weapons, amazing. I love that movie too.
I like that one too. Yeah, that one's good. Yeah. Well, cool. Well, as I mentioned previously, where you can find Christian and Mika are in the links to the description below. Thank y'all for hanging out with me and talking Moms of Horror. It was a great chat. I always walk away with these tons of stuff to watch anyway. So I'm going to see. Mike has the outro thing set up, so this might be a little clunky. I apologize. We're just going to remove it. There we go. Okay. On my StreamYard side, ignore me. Anyway, cool. Well, thanks everybody in the chat. Mike, I'm glad you were able to stop by. We love you. Hope you guys have a good rest of your, what's today? Tuesday.
Yeah.
Lord, have a good rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend when you get to it. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Awesome. Thank you, Angel.
Yeah.